Come with me. Come with me to discover the secrets of how thoughts become things, and we will manifest like never before. Come with me, and we'll discover a secret so powerful that will take you far beyond your dreams. Come with me on an unforgettable journey. Come with me. It's already yours. Get ready for this adventure, and I'm thankful for today that you found us, so get ready. The time is now. I'm Zelda Kelly. Welcome to Secrets Laws of Attraction. Hello everyone, and welcome to today's Secrets Laws of Attraction. I've got a very interesting episode for you lined up today. This is based on a little experiment that I've been working on based on our talks about vibrations and frequencies and manifestation, laws of attraction, even laws of gravity, geometry, and musical influences. Yes, they're all connected, every bit, everyone, everything. The most intriguing part of this is what I've been researching. But before I get started on that, I want to mention this first and foremost. This is a quote by Nikola Tesla, and it reads, "If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think of terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." Now, energy cannot be destroyed, it can only move forward. Okay, we know that. This is all a little, what we're doing right here is a little physics lesson, a little laws of attraction lesson, but it's really going to up your game in manifesting those things that you are attracting. Get it? Laws of attraction, laws of manifestation, law of vibration, law of frequency, law of energy. So as we go forward here, I'm really going to surface talk about what we've got going on here, because we can get as deep as we possibly can into the physics, and that's not what this is about. We're not here for the physics. We're here to help you manifest and attract and bring in your desires. That's what it's all about, right? So I want to give you the edge. And so this is the edge. I'm going to read this again. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think of terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. So we know that energy cannot be destroyed. Okay, we've got that. But the frequency, what's a frequency? How about we say a sound wave, a pitch, music? That's the way that I think our minds can measure this right now without getting very technical. So with your permission, we'll just go ahead and say a sound wave, a musical pitch. Okay, that's a frequency. But the vibration is the cause of the frequency. Now, how many times have you seen, actually, if you turn up a stereo, let's say at a concert, if you're at a concert and there's these big speakers on the stage, and if they turn up the bass, haven't you seen things on the stage start jumping around a little bit? Okay? That's the vibration. That's the frequency. That's the vibration of it all. So let's keep those little examples. They may not be so correct, but they're correct for us to talk about this in the context that we're using today. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about. We're going to talk about a specific area here, and I think that you're going to really enjoy this. And as an experiment, I myself have used this, and I've asked some clients of mine to use this, and 2 in particular have come back with miraculous results. And my experiment, my results have been astounding. All right. Enough of the pomp and circumstance. Let's get into this, Zelda, right? Okay, that's what we're doing. Today we're going to be talking about the 432 Hertz frequency. Now, I want to tell you that a Hertz is not spelled Hurts. It is a measurement, okay? It is HERTZ. And the little sign that you put after this is an HZ. So from now on, you'll know what a Hertz is. Now, what is a Hertz? It is the vibrations per second. So at 432, you have 432 vibrations per second. Holy moly, that's a lot. And I think it's very interesting. Why 432? Okay, so we're going to go on now. The 432 Hertz, you can see in architecture, in science, in musical history, in geometry, many things around us. Now, why 432? Okay. It is based on 8 Hertz. Now, the 8 Hertz is basically what's called the heartbeat of the Earth. And if you multiply, 8 and 8 is 16, and 16 and 16 and 32, and 32 and 32, 64. That's how you do this, all right? So you get up to the 432. You're multiplying the Hertz based on the heartbeat of the Earth. You want to be in tune of the Earth when you're manifesting and you're attracting. That's so important for that to happen. So let's get back into this little lesson now, okay? So there is an international organization for tuning standards. That's basically like if you're going to be tuning an instrument, if I can talk, right? An instrument, you're tuning at the A above middle C. That's how this works. A above middle C. So A equals 432. Or it can equal 440 or whatever number. It depends on the results that you get. But it also depends on the harmony that you want to be in. Just remember, you have to be harmonic with the earth and with the universe. That's the most important thing. Remember how I've talked about having your frequency in alignment with other frequencies. That means you have to be on the same tone of the earth, of the universe. So let's go on. It's based on 8 cycles per second. So 432, we've covered that. But here's the really cool thing about a 432 Hertz frequency. It creates a shift in our body, in our thoughts, in our mind by listening to 432. It relieves anxiety, it promotes emotional healing, and it creates and increases intuition. I pause there because I want you to think about this. It increases intuition, healing, emotional healing, relieves anxiety. This particular frequency, when played through music, affects our heart rate and our blood pressure. Now, what I'm getting into here is the importance of listening to music at a 432 Hertz. Now, of course, there's all types of other, there's considered a concert pitch, which is 440 Hertz. Okay, I mean, that I'm not saying not listen to any other music. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that it would really up your game in everything that you're doing. Because the 432 Hertz not only relieves those things of anxiety and gives you it affects your heart rate and your blood pressure and increases your intuition, but it heals your DNA and your cells on this cellular level. Isn't this interesting? These frequencies through music also really influences our feelings and our emotions and our thoughts, and which are the responses of the brain. And you can hear Bilbo in the background. I guess I'm talking on a 432 hertz and it's affecting him. Okay, forgive Bilbo. He likes to be in my recordings. Isn't that something? He's looking out the window. I got to tell you, he's looking out the window and he's looking at a little bird. So, bless him. All right, so now we're talking about music influencing us. Now, how many times have you heard musical influences through what we're listening to? Some of the things that we're listening to, I can't really hardly stand. And give me a second. I'm going to make sure that Bilbo is okay. I'll be right back. Okay, so the bird, I think, is gone. Thank you for that. Okay, so how many times have we listened to a love song and it hits us right in the heart? I mean, it's so touching. It brings back memories. Sometimes it makes us cry, or there's times that we are empowered by songs and we just feel so good when we hear them. Or funny songs, we laugh and we smile. We're influenced by the music, but not only the music, by the frequency and the vibration that it causes. You see? So it's very important to right now, while you're manifesting and you're attracting and you're affirming, to not have these types of music on that will really affect you in some way, shape, or form in a negative capacity. So if you're asking for love to come through, don't be playing these, blues, heartfelt song, oh, she left me, he left me, now, I can't go on forever, I'll never be the same, because that plants a seed, and you don't want that, especially when you're trying to affirm the opposite. You want love to come into your heart. You want to say that you are open for love, not that he or she has left and, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. Now the real caution here is that 432 can really put you in a relaxed state. So I would suggest not listening to it when you're driving. If you want to listen to it while you're meditating and you're listening to something before you go to sleep at night, this is perfect. And I would say maybe an hour before you go to sleep. And if you want to, you can put on the 432, maybe for another hour when you're going into your deep sleep. But during this time, read your affirmations. Affirm, this person loves me. This is the job that I will have. I am moving to this. I am healed. I am strong. I am powerful. I bring value. I bring the money then that I require. I desire this. I am manifesting that. You get the picture. And this now resonates through your body. But what else does it do? It brings your brain into the Earth's frequency. And not only this, but the 432 aligns with our heartbeat. Haven't you ever been in a drive-through and somebody drives around you and they've got this music hammering? If you're ever with me in the car, the first thing I say is, wow, that goes against the rhythm of the universe. And there is music that will do that to you and can cause aggression. Sometimes it's not the word. People think, oh, it's the words. No. Well, yes. But what really can cause the upset with music and be aggressive is the frequency that it is played on. That's really something. So your brain now, also, your brain waves resonate perfectly with 8 hertz. Isn't that amazing? How our bodies were created to resonate on the same frequency of the earth. Now, not until it was just really not long ago, maybe in the last century or two, I'm going to say, that we were really not able to measure a hertz and a second and so forth. And it wasn't really until, I'm going to say 1859, I believe, is when it was, where we could start measuring that. So really, we've come to this conclusion that 432 now resonates with the heart and the brain. The heart and the brain, remember, are connected, and each has their own separate memory. So maybe this explains while you're listening to some music on a particular frequency, why you say, I can't get this person out of my heart. I can't get the thoughts out of my head. Maybe what we need to do is help you change that frequency to 432 hertz. Now, where do you find this music? Well, you can do a search on the internet. You can come up with whatever. I mean, there's all kinds of different really great music. All you have to do is search for 432 hertz, and you'll find plenty of options for you, okay? So, the 432 resonates in our bodies, and it releases emotional blockages. It also aligns our energy. So now our energy is aligned. Our brain is aligned. Our heart is aligned. We are vibrating on the same alignment. And what was it that Albert Einstein said? We talked about this in a few of our past episodes. That when you can align yourself with the frequency of what you're manifesting. Now I'm paraphrasing here because I want to make a point. It is not philosophy, it is physics. So you have to align yourself with that frequency of what you're wanting to manifest. How do you do? Well, you do it through affirmations, and you know that you know that you know. Many of you have heard me say that, oh yes. But it's that confidence that you're getting. But here's the game changer, my loves. When you add this 432, and now your heart, your brain, your energy is aligning all on the same Earth's frequency, your manifestations are really going to start coming in a lot faster. You don't have to listen through this all day long. Now, this is not an assignment. This is a suggestion. I hope you take the suggestion. But here's the thing that also what happens with 432 hertz. It heightens our perception. So if you need a certain perception of a situation, your brainwave is going to be able to process that a little bit better because now you're vibrating on what? The Earth's vibration frequency. Get it? It unlocks intuition and increases mental clarity. We've talked about this. It lowers the heart rate and the blood pressure and anxiety. I want you to know a couple of places where this frequency is found. These are geometrical arrangements that are found, these frequencies are found in the Great Pyramids, and Stonehenge. Now this is getting interesting, isn't it? Now, this is not only a music lesson today, and not only a physics lesson, and a geometry lesson, and a geography lesson, but now we're talking about the laws of attraction, and that's why we're here. The frequency, this frequency of 432 Hertz actually synchronizes both hemispheres of the brain. To make that simple, left brain, right brain. That division, it synchronizes between the two. It's like hooking your phone up to your computer and making sure that everything is hooked up correctly, and that you get information that you can transfer between left brain and right brain. Get it? So that opens up. What does it open up? It unlocks that frequency and synchronizes the brain, left brain, right brain. I love this. I know that you're starting to go, I can almost feel the light bulb going off, right? I feel it. I see it. You do too. I know you're raising your hand and saying, yes, Zelda, that's me, that's me. If you do, thank you, okay? This increases your intuition, your insight, and your clarity in situations. Here's another great thing about this frequency through music. It heals. This particular frequency in music can actually soothe patients with Alzheimer's. Oh, isn't that wonderful? It also increases the motor skills in stroke patients. This is evident in science. Now, I'm not talking to you about speculation here. This is physics. This is science. And nature points to 432. Yes, there's other frequencies. Yes. But the 432 is the sweet spot for the earth vibration, for your vibration, your frequency, your heartbeat, anxiety, and your sleep level. This is the frequency of general well-being. So now here we're going to come into another part, okay? The frequency of a 440. Now it's not 432, but 430. There's a difference of, 8 cycles per second there? So 432 to 440. That is the A above middle C. The 440 Hertz is now the standard for musical pitch. And the 1500s, the musical tuning was between 400 and 500 Hertz. So that A above middle C in the musical standard there was tuned 400 to 500 Hertz. I know that when I say this, you can understand because we have different mantras throughout the earth. Frequencies, chants. The tuning changes from country to country and even city to city. I just think this is such, when we think about this, when I was researching all this, I had this huge aha moment because it's like, this seems so simple. And yet, as human nature, we want to complicate this. We're going to get in some really great things here. So, in the era of Bach, the composer, A was tuned at 415 Hertz. During the classical period, the pitch was raised to 430, and Mozart is the one who composed and played in a 432. Yeah, I love this, right? So, just a little history lesson. Before 1834, no one could tune intentionally because the scale didn't exist. So, what did they have back then? Tuning forks. And if your tuning fork was based on a particular pitch, well, that's what you were going to get. We couldn't do anything intentional. The Hertz was invented in 1930. Well, okay, in the last decade. This is not, I'm sorry, not the last decade. What am I thinking? So, almost 100 years ago. As a 435 pitch, A was the 435 Hertz, was a standard in France in 1859. Now, before we go any further here, I think it's time for us to take a little break. And we're going to hear this message from our sponsor. Stay tuned, hang in there. We'll be right back. Hi, everyone, and thank you so much for stopping by this episode of Secrets, Laws of Attraction. I'd like to take a minute and invite you over to our main website. That's www.psychicssecrets.com. That's www.psychicssecrets. There's 2 S's in the middle now. psychicssecrets.com. You can find Secrets, Laws of Attraction there. Also, you can find our Secrets Mystery Manor. That's really a lot of fun to listen to, and we talk about ghosts and paranormal and oddities and sometimes tragedies. But stop on over and you can listen to that as well. There on the website, you can find our blog and the many very experienced advisors that we have. You'll see me there. I'm extension 11, and we're all glad to help you 24/7. You can chat, you can have a call, and you can even do a video call. And for first-time callers, we have a special, 30 minutes for $30. And you know, we can get a lot accomplished in 30 minutes. So stop on over, say hello, and we'll be glad to help you and give you the guidance and direction that you deserve. In the meantime, thank you again so much for stopping by Secrets, Laws of Attraction. I'm your host, Zelda Kelly, and happy manifesting. Bye for now. Now I'm going to get into maybe a little darker side. Yes, there's always a dark side. Somebody always has to come in and, throw a rotten apple in the barrel, right? Right? Okay. In 1939, there was a conference in London recommended by the BBC. It was at that time that the 440 Hertz was recommended to be the standard for tuning, the standard that was compromised between various tunings. So there was a big conference, a lot of countries, if you can imagine, attended, and it's your standard tuning is the now, and now it is 440 Hertz. This is also, like I said, known as the concert pitch. And they did that as a compromise because there's been so many different tuning standards throughout the world. 440 seemed to be that particular tuning standard. But as I said, there's a little dark side. And we touched on this just a second about how music can contain a hidden power. And that means that since the 432 is shown to have scientifically healed DNA, and it is connected to the 8 Hertz, which is the heartbeat of the Earth, there was another alternative little something or other that the Nazis back in 1932 decided that they wanted to get involved. Now, there are 2 sides to this. There's a 440 side, pro side, and then there's the 432 pro side. Maybe I'll just let you decide for yourself. But the Nazis, back in 1932, were the ones who moved the BBC into standardizing the 440 hertz, the 440 hertz, because it confuses the mind and causes unrest. And that's what was played during World War II in Germany. Yes, I got a confirmation from the universe there, from Bilbo and his bird. And so think about this. They were using science through musical frequency and vibration to basically cause unrest, confuse, and they were actually playing this through parts of Europe that they wanted to invade. Oh. So how can you do this? Well, a frequency sometimes can be detected by the normal ear, but most times it cannot. I mean, you cannot put your ear to the earth and hear it vibrating. You cannot hear it, the music coming from the earth, the frequency. Isn't that something? It's crazy. It's crazy. But the most interesting thing that has come from this is that we have learned that there are really some healing powers in this frequency. And I'm going to leave you with this. Did you know that many cancer cells are vulnerable between frequencies of 100,000 hertz to 300,000 hertz? It actually, on that frequency of 100,000 to 300,000, actually will shatter a cancer cell. Frequency therapy has been a thing. Nikola Tesla invented that. And why we're not using it today, maybe some are, but why we're not, I have no clue. Because all it does is heal. It shatters cancer cells. They become vulnerable. They shatter and they dissipate and they do not grow. It's an impossibility for them to grow back. That's a scientific fact. That's not Zelda's interpretation. So, what has happened now with the 432 little experiments that I've been having and that some of my clients are reporting that they have had the best and deepest sleep that they can remember, waking up refreshed, energetic, ready to start the day, thankful, grateful, with a great attitude, and grateful and thankful for the day, automatically. Now, what I have experienced is because there are times when it's not that my brain will shut off, it's just that I think a lot. And you can see, I get into the physics parts of this. I get into the, I want to know the nuts and bolts. I want to know. Just give it to me. I want to know. I don't think that we can ever stop learning. To me, I've got to learn something almost every day. And it amazes me how some can go through life and just exist through life every day, wondering what's going to happen next. No goals, no aspirations. But that works for them. And it may not work for you. It doesn't work for me. I think that you were brought here for a reason. And it could be today that you are supposed to hear this about the 432 hertz. You may have had trouble sleeping. You may have had issues with maybe even health, blood pressure. Who knows? Obviously, I'm not a doctor and I'm not giving you medical advice. I'm just sharing some information that you can actually find yourself. But what happened with me? Well, the first night that I tried the 432 Hertz, before I went to school, yes, hello, before I went to sleep, I was so relaxed that my body really, I felt my whole body relaxing. And this was after about 15 minutes of listening. And I found this music on the internet, 432. I just found a really nice arrangement that I liked. And I was able to meditate freely. And on purpose, I was trying to think negative thoughts. And as soon as a negative thought would come into me, it would dissipate. My mind would go into something more positive. Or I would think of a subject of laws of attraction, or I would think of something that I wanted to manifest or even attract. So interesting that I thought, okay, this is something that maybe it's just a fluke, maybe it's a one-time thing. So I fell asleep. I found one of these videos, music videos that I think it was 3 hours. So I plugged in my phone and I let it go. And usually I wake up throughout the night. Something, I don't know. Maybe the microwaves are down at 3 a.m. and usually I'm up at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. But for those 2 nights I was able to sleep through those times. That was amazing. I had a brighter countenance that day. I felt really good those next days. So the next time I tried it again on purpose to think about some of the worst, maybe possible things that I have dredged completely out of the bottom pit of negative thoughts. We all have those. And right away, my mind couldn't settle on that. It went right into something futuristic. I was not going backward in my thoughts. There's one thing about being nostalgic when you're using laws of attraction, but you don't want to live in the past. You want to create new memories for the future. Now, I know some who are really trying to manifest something new, a situation, a person, a special person coming in. You might only have memories of the past. That's wonderful. I want you to be nostalgic. But I also want you to start creating in your mind a new memory. That's going to help you stop living in that past, because guess what? The past is the past for a reason, right? You wouldn't be dwelling on that past if there wasn't something connected to it. And it's either that you don't have that situation anymore, or you want to improve on that situation. There's nothing wrong or negative about that. We all go through those cycles. But the idea now is for you to leap forward so that becomes a memory in your mind. Leap forward with your thoughts and your affirmations and your manifestations. So now, 2 nights, I had this little experiment going, and I slept really well that night. Sometimes I'm so tired, I'm restless at night. But that's been my sleep habits for so long, years, that I'll sleep a little bit here, sleep a little bit there, and it seemed to have worked for me. Now, I realize now that I'm sleeping so much better, that really wasn't the best way for my body to exist or resonate. So the 3rd night, I try to bring in the deep, dark thoughts again. And yeah, they were there. But it wasn't that, oh my God, I'm living this over again. And what would I have changed? And what would I have done? Oh, no, my friends. It was not there. So That may or may not work for you, but I'm sharing what worked for me. And not only that, this year I want to eat more healthy. I want to be in better shape this year. And I gotta tell ya, that's in my mind. When I go to the refrigerator, I'm looking at labels, I'm checking to see what's good, I'm watching my calorie intake, I'm watching my portion size. Does this work? Yes. When you put the affirmations with it, 432 Hertz. So in conclusion of this episode, I'm going to leave you with you coming to your own conclusion. And please let me know in the comments below how you feel about 432. And if you listened to it already, and what you think. I would love to know what your examples are, what your thought processes are. We'd love to know. We'd love to know. So I want to thank you for tuning into this episode of the 432 frequency and allowing me to come into your home. And I'm so grateful for you, because if it weren't for you, well, I wouldn't be here, right? And I think this is really important for you to know. So I want you to stop on over to my Facebook page, which is House of Psychic Zelda, where we talk about these things. And not only that, I have little specials that Psychic's Secrets gives me weekly for those of you who are in the group. Isn't that fun? Isn't that nice? So I want to thank them for helping to sponsor this video today. And I want to thank you, the listener, because I'll tell you, this is going to be your best year yet. So you be well, be blessed, be brave heart, and I will talk to you very soon in the next episode. Bye for now.